Kia ora, Librans, welcome. This is your reading for this new moon in Scorpio happening 13th. It is the 13th today, 13th of November. So let's see what is... Look, there's a strong kind of theme running through all of these readings, which is about kind of knowing your place to be, or knowing your home, having a home, a place to be, a stable place. I mean, in the general sense of what's going on in the world at the moment, we are very lucky to have that, to have a place to stand, a place to be. So anyway, so Libra, there's this kind of thing that's running through all the readings this time round. And if you haven't joined me before, we always go through and clarify. These are symbolic sort of stories, I guess. So if it resonates, take it on. If it doesn't, just leave it. So here we are. Let's talk about this. Check out any other signs or titles that might stand out for you, Libra, and let us see. Okay. Oh, and I mustn't forget, we've got a rock mineral crystal card face down. I'm just going to pull it out now, face down, that we shall pull up at the end and see if it relates to this reading. So we come out here, as I said, and thank you for your likes, comments, subscribes. It really helps me to keep this channel going. Thank you. We've got the Four of Wands, double 11, this happy home, and it is a homecoming. We see the flowers hanging here, and it's, you know, it's our place. It's our place where we belong. All the fours are very stable. Here we have another four. The Four of Swords. This is a place where we can get respite, where we can get some peace and rest, which of course we all need to revivify ourselves, to recharge. And we're certainly coming out of that, coming from that Four of Swords, place of respite and rest, to be able to receive this glorious vital wand of life force, will force, our ability to action things in the world. We have this as a gift coming to us, Librans. We then come to the Eight of Discs, working, perfecting something, working at it. It may feel repetitive. It may feel like it's a little bit burdensome, maybe, but I think you've got enough juice in your tank. There's a reason for it, that you're working away at this thing. You know, it could be you're bringing something out into the world, you're wanting to present something, anything like that, Libra. We then lastly have the Nine of Swords. This is a card of unfounded fear and unnecessary worry. You know, worry can be habitual, and we may have some fears that this thing that we've been working on, potentially, you want it to be presented out there in the way that you feel is best, you know, and maybe there is some anxiety about that, or generally just anxiety. We can cut these ropes. This Nine of Swords doesn't do anything really good or productive for us. So anyway, let's go through and clarify. So we've got a great base where we do find sanctuary and rest. We've got the Ace of Wands in the middle of this, which is a wonderful gift that we give form to. Spurs us on with the Eight of Discs, working. And then we come to that kind of like Nine of Swords, where we're full of sort of levels of anxiety. So let's see. We're looking at the Four of Wands, the place, you know, the central hearth, pretty much. Now, interesting, Libra, we have the Chariot, which is great balance, balance, balance. And it's creating as it moves, because it moves only when there is balance, only when it's fully balanced. This is part of that creation process, whether we see it laid out here in the form of the Eight of Discs being working hard at something, the Ace of Wands bringing something into form through our activating our own will. It's creation. So this Chariot flies from those seas of Binah, you know, the salty, formless ocean, and creates as it moves. It's balanced. There's a large level of well-being in that. We get that too, and this is obviously opening a little window into that home base, into that homecoming. What is home for you? We also have the Devil. So we've got all these little thought forms here, which can be as real as anything tangible. So we look at the Devil. Now, it's about living life fully and relishing in the earthly realms, relishing all of that good stuff, people, food, all of that wonderful stuff. But of course we get very attached to it, don't we? Are we getting a little bit too overly attached to certain habits, reliances, codependencies? This is just a question one asks with that Devil coming up. But let's keep moving, Libra. Four of Swords, a wonderful card. Wonderful card of rest and respite that we offer ourselves. There's a lot of information that can come to us, and in fact it might allow us to see this Ace of Wands a little bit more clearly, to actually see it, because it's here. Four of Swords to clarify. Oops, just getting too many cards coming out. Four of Swords for Libra, please. Four of Swords for Libra. Okay, so it's something about here, I think, some Librans, as I said earlier, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Some Librans are feeling kind of a bit overwhelmed with worry, with stress, with unfounded catastrophic thinking, all of that. It's no surprise. We're living in a very, very interesting time, just put it that way. So the Four of Swords, I would say and suggest taking time out to rest in a very clear and clean environment, with just lower that sensory overload as much as you need to, you know. So here, Libra, we have the Nine of Swords again. This is the Nine of Swords is here already. You know, sometimes rest can give us a glimpse and some ideas about where this unfounded worry, anxiety is coming from. Is it coming from? I've lost that one. Is it coming from? We can get glimpses of where it is centered. Where is it? Is it in our body? You know, sometimes it is. It's like you could find a place or a space in your body where it kind of has become really apparent. I don't know quite what I mean by that, but, you know, this sort of cyclical worry, fear thought pattern. As I said, these thought forms are really strong. They can be changed, Libra, they can be changed. If they're not doing any benefit to you, why not? Why not change a few thought patterns, Anyway, so the this is getting towards the end of the day now. The 9 of Swords with that 4 of Swords and with adjustment, which is justice. It's about balance. It's about the basic center of everything, which is that balance and mind and on every level. Very hard to achieve sometimes, but there is the potential. We've got the Chariot that relies on that balance to move, and so to move and keep creating. So we've got that little reminder here, balance in all things. Interesting. Libra, is it something that, it's striving for that balance? Ace of Wands. For Libra, please. Ace of Wands. 4 of Wands. Again, the place, the central hearth. The central hearth. It's just like this home base thing is coming up all the time. The home, the place where you belong. It's like, but it just feels like maybe a burden to some people, to some Librans. It feels burdensome. But keep going. Something about it, something about balance and worry or needing balance, this anxiety. And a lot of people are feeling that at the moment, Libra, I feel. Because we always have fear of the unknown, don't we? Let us look at the 8 of Discs. Excellent. We've got the Queen of Swords. We're clear on where we're going. And this work, we're working away at something. We're quite clear about that. There's no second guessing that. So that's good, Libra. No second guessing it. Great sight and clarity within that. Now, what about this last 9? Oh, too many cards. God. Look, there's something, Libra, in here that really, it's all about balance. It's about finding new enthusiasm for your home base. And in turn, enthusiasm for life. Mastering the mind, mastering the thought forms we create, looking at what are those things that create anxiety for us. Just detail them out, even as a starting point. It's kind of an interesting yet confusing reading to me. So I'm being honest. We're looking at this last 9 of Wands here, clarifying it. We have the Lovers. This is about choice primarily, and our commitments to others. Our commitments in life, contracts that we have with others. We have the High Priestess next. Sometimes we get to glimpse through that veil and we see things pertaining to us, of course. And we see maybe, we have the 3 of Swords. Maybe sorrow. We understand all those experiences in our life that caused us a lot of sorrow. I think a lot of these readings at this new moon in Scorpio are really about reviewing some of our deepest longings, fears, fears and triumphs, Libra. So it's an interesting period of time. But I would say, look, rest is a wonderful medicine. Rest is a wonderful key. Now, excuse me, we've got a Brian Froud, Pixie and Fairy. We've got 3 cards coming out. First and foremost, Libra, just as an extra glimmer to this reading, which is quite confusing reading. Guardian at the gate. It's been a long time coming. We're moving through here, this tight spot. We don't know what's on the other side, but we're moving through it anyway. Maybe this is where the anxiety lies. There are certain things in here that you are quite certain about, one of which is working, perfecting something here. But, there's a lot of all sorts of stuff on either side of that, with the basis of it being sort of centered around the home and the hearth. So we've got Guardian at the gate bursting through. It's a long process. We've got the friends having that level of support is a wonderful thing. And then we have the Sage, 360-degree viewpoint. For some reason today, looking at the Sage, which has come out quite a bit, I sort of see this sort of floaty tissue. Floaty tissue, like like one of those like a sea anemone, or some kind of, something like that. It's quite interesting. But yeah, having a 360-degree vision or view, not only in the physical world, but in the other realms as well. So hence the Sage. And what is your rock mineral crystal? Wow, wonderful. For this week, Libra, it is amber. Harmony, home protection, calm, and attracts love. So keep this in your mind's eye over the week if this reading resonates for you. It's one of those times where I think for most of us, if we can, just take it easy, focus on what we are working away at, because I think that's something we can be certain of. On that note, Libra, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Ka kite. Cheery.